All righty, welcome back to the Red Corner, everybody. Sorry for the tardiness there. We're just working out the kinks on some technology issues. You guys know the routine by now, right? So you see in the corner there, right over there, we got our YouTube, our Instagram, and our Twitter. If you have not already subscribed, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you. We really appreciate that. You've helped us grow this channel to over 1,000 subscribers in 2 months. So without you guys, that doesn't happen. So if you are watching and you have not yet subscribed, if you're watching live or if you're watching the future, please do that. It helps. Instagram, Twitter, whole gambit rather. All right, so guys, we're going to jump right in. I'm going to catch you off guard here. We're going to start with a little game, simple game, and I'm going to start off with you, Bones. We're going to build the perfect hot dog. Oh. This is how this works. The bun and the dog are not included. You get 3 ingredients. 3 ingredients total in addition to the bun and the hot dog. Condiments count as 1 ingredient that you pick. Any questions about that?
No, sir.
All right, well then give me your perfect hot dog.
Golden spicy mustard.
Okay. Nothing else.
That's it.
Oh, okay. So that's a plain one right there. All right. Slim, that's an easy one to top.
I like a big bacon cheese dog.
Oh, all right.
All right, the cheese and the bacon can be any way you like. If you like the cheese whiz with the bacon bites, that's cool. If you like provolone cheese or something else with strip of bacon, I think that's cool too. So any kind of bacon, any kind of cheese, throw it on a hot dog, and that's why I'm a snug 300 pounds.
So you're only using 2 ingredients, bacon and cheese.
Yeah.
So this is super boring, and this was not scripted at all.
So I like it. So my 2 favorite hot dogs, I go to a place called The Works, and I get a Texas Tommy.
Shout out The Works.
Which is Cheese Whiz, and they got the best hot dogs, and it's like you can get like 2 really good hot dogs. I mean, 1 hot dog, but it's a gourmet hot dog. It's less than $5. It's probably less than $4. I get a Texas Tommy, which is the whiz with the bacon, and they got one that's a turbo dog, and that's the red peppers, green peppers, and cheese. I'm not sure if there's a third thing on there, but they're both banging.
It's funny. The hot dog is a very under-ordered item out at a restaurant. I was tempted to order a hot dog the other day, but I felt like I was going to get a couple looks around the table, so I opted to go no hot dog. But I definitely am. I co-sign ordering a hot dog out, especially when you get a nice, quality burger.
Right.
I mean, dog rather.
Well, the truth is, I would say I would honestly believe that the hot dog is probably one of America's favorite foods, and it's like you said, one of the least ordered out at restaurants. So. 100%.
Maybe we could change that. All right,
so it's probably because they're going to way overcharge you. You know what I mean? Where you just go home and make a hot dog yourself.
It's still going to be the cheapest on the menu.
It's like a grilled cheese. Who's going to go out and order a grilled cheese?
In 2025, and these
a lot of people do.
We're modern men. We can go out, order hot dogs, save a couple bucks, wolf it down, and get out.
All right, so this was not scripted. And this is a little bit lame, but my hot dog is literally a combination of your 2. So I had American cheese, bacon, and spicy mustard. That's my 3. So that was not planned, guys. So that's hey, maybe that's why we make a good team.
I don't do mustard or ketchup at all.
Yeah,
anything. Anything.
I'm with you on ketchup. But all right, cool. So that what guys, if you in the chat, if you want to, or on our social, if you want to say who has the best dog there, shout it out. Or if you have some hot dog combos, get some chili, get some relish. There's all different types of stuff you can throw on a dog. So we'd love to hear where you stand on that. But let's
thank God nobody put ketchup on their hot dog.
We got
we're not a bunch of 4-year-olds in here.
I know that's some baby behavior. But we have honey mustard on a hot dog.
No. Honey mustard.
That's the chat saying there. Shawnee K saying honey mustard. I mean, it's probably pretty good. I've never personally done it.
Yeah, I mean, I like honey mustard. I don't think I don't think it would be bad. Just wouldn't be my go-to.
We have some relish, spicy mustard, kraut, and cheese.
Here we go, running through the garden. Anything that's free.
Yeah, I'm big on the kraut. I do like a nice kraut dog.
That's disgusting.
For sure. All right, so let's transition from the dogs. We told we're going to be doing building the perfect lineup, and we got a lot of good feedback last week on the draft format that we did. So we're going to run it back. Like the Phillies in 2025, we're running it back, baby. So here we are. We're going to build the perfect lineup. And how this is going to work is very simple. Yeah, right. So we're basing this off of the roster right now, right? And this is how this is going to go. I have a random lineup, random order of draft of me, Bones, and Slim. They don't know that yet. The rules are very simple. We're picking the perfect batting order, right? There is one caveat. There is one veto power that can be used during this entire draft. The two people that are not drafting have to agree on that veto. So if I pick first and I pick a bozo, Slim and Bones can get together and say, veto, we don't want to do that. And then they have to agree on a new guy. All right. That being said, the draft order is Slim 1, me 2, Bones 3. Slim, you are on the clock, baby.
I'm so happy I got the first pick. I'm going to keep Kyle Schwarber there. I think he's worked on his craft, and the power numbers are there, and he gets walked. So I think we keep Schwarber there. I'll let you go to your second person there because I know my hot dog might have been a little plain. I'm not a big hot dog dude, but I got one spicy lineup right here in front of me. So I would love to see who we have going here too. But I'm keeping.
Well, your first pick was kind of plain too. You went chalk, but
right.
All right, so I'm gonna go Trey Turner too.
Ooh, see, my one thing on a quick comment with that. And Bones, let me know what you think here because I wouldn't mind. Because now,
we got a veto already. Damn. All right.
Well, because here's the issue with the stolen bases being back. Where is Turner best suited now? If I have Schwarber first, I think Turner I think maybe Harper at. I think there could be another. I think maybe Harper at 2, and then Turner behind them, so there's not that much of a clog, right? If you put Harper between Schwarber and Turner, you now don't have Schwarber being a clog for Turner. So that's the idea I was thinking there.
That's fair.
You can get Turner's contact numbers with the base running, but go ahead.
No, I wouldn't. I'm against your veto if that's what you're looking for.
Right, so no veto. So we have our first canceled veto.
Veto.
That would be the thing I would look at. I would like to see. That would be my sexy thing. Would be Schwarber followed by Harper too. Because
all right, so the 3-hole. Bones has the third pick for the 3-hole. Yep. What do you got?
I got to go with the best contact hitter on the team, and that's Alec Bohm.
Oh, so you're going Bohm 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
But now
you want to run it back? We're running it back, baby.
We have to veto that, right? Because now
because Bohm was not 3 last year. He was 4 most of last year.
Correct.
So do you want to use our veto? I think we're using it, right?
Yeah, I think we have to use it. I'm shocked. I guaranteed myself it was going to be used to versus me and some non-veto.
Yeah.
But so going back to my point, because you kind of cut me off there, Devo.
My bad.
We talk about how Harper wants to probably get more at-bats and that idea of getting more at-bats. So, all right, maybe not the 1-hole. I know some people think that the best hitter should bat first, but the 2-hole, he'll get more at-bats than 3 or 4. And yeah, I don't know. It's a little bit different, but it's
all right. So we have a decision to make here.
I just think Harper would get. They would pitch different to Bohm. earlier.
Mhm.
Like if he's batting third, maybe more pitches to hit, so he would be able to move guys over,
That's
and
fair.
then Harper can come up and drive the runs in like he should.
All right.
But
That's
what
I
about
get your
the truth is?
But if you remember last week, I won Harper at 2.
right. Look, this changes every week. That's why this is the first draft. So Slim,
well, you got to see Harper in the first inning, right?
you got to see him in the first inning. So that's
that
why I
you-
don't think we have much of a decision right now. I think
Right,
this
I'm
has to
with
be
you.
Harper.
It's a
All
veto.
right. So Harper is 3. All right, so our first veto, baby. All right, so 4-hole, I guess that goes back to me. And I'm going to go chalk. I'm going to go Bohm.
Okay.
So that means we got Schwarber 1, Turner 2, Harper 3, Bohm 4. And who is on the clock right now?
You let me know. I don't have the.
Yeah, you're up.
Chris was up.
Yeah, you're up.
Okay.
No, Chris
Could-
was supposed to be up.
I don't
I'm
wanna
sorry,
be-
Chris. That was your pick. So
Yeah.
I went out of order there.
It's all
So
good. It's all
you have
good.
the 4th pick.
So to break up the right there, I'm going to throw in. Actually, yeah, I'm going to throw in the new addition, Kepler. I'm going to put Kepler in the 5-hole since he's a left-handed bat, and he hopefully is more of a contact guy than Castellanos and Remuto at this stage. Remuto, I'm really not sure about.
That's a controversial pick right there, Kepler at 5. All
Well,
right,
if
so
not,
then-
we were going to have Turner. No, hold on. We would have Harper.
Harper, Bohm.
You got Harper, boom. Yeah, I'll keep it.
all right, I'm gonna go Castellanos 6.
Yep.
Bryson Stott, 7.
Okay.
Chris.
Chris,
Yeah,
you're
I
up.
would have Remuto 7, so I'll take Remuto 8.
Remuto 8. All right, I think that's fair. And then 9, we have the platoon of Marsh and Rojas. So that's easy.
Right.
we
So
all
where I
agree on
got
that.
confused was we don't have the three right-handers like I thought there in the 5-hole because
We're gonna get crushed for this one.
yeah.
So all right, we'll post this. But I'll say it's the heat of being live where sometimes you make some bad picks.
Well,
So
who the hell sets a lineup where one person picks and the next guy picks and you keep going?
that's true. That's the fun. That's the fun of
Yes.
it. All right, so
And
we'll
that almost
recap here for the
guarantees
listeners.
The silliness of it.
Absolutely. This is just the first draft. So 1, Schwarber. 2, Turner. 3, Harper. 4, Bohm. 5, Kepler. 6, Castellanos. 7, Stott. 8, Real Muto. And 9, the platoon of Rojas Marsh.
Now, in less than 15 seconds, what would be your lineup yourself?
I have that right here.
Go ahead.
1, Stott. 2, Turner. 3, Harper. 4, Bohm. 5, Schwarber. 6, Castellanos. 7, Real Muto. 8, Kepler. 9, the platoon of Marsh Rojas.
Bones?
Turner, Harper, Bohm, Schwarber, Nicky C, Kepler, Stott, Realmuto, Marsh, Rojas.
And I got Schwarber, Harper, Turner, Bone, Kepler, Castellanos, Remuto, Stott, Rojas. And I think Marsh, depending who's pitching lefty righty, actually might be able to make some headway up there in the lineup. So we'll see there.
Yeah, and that was the other thing, right? We didn't consider the whole lefty righty thing. We were just kind of having fun. We're having fun with
it.
it.
Simple.
We're keeping it simple. Whatever is the most, most common lineup that we'll see throughout the season. All right, we got some nice chat activity here. So, Fran Doc, he likes a Works, Texas Tom. Yeah, shout out to Freshworks on
Yes.
Aramingo Avenue.
And believe it,
It's a nice local business.
Yeah, and they're the most reasonable.
Reasonable. So
I got a Philly sandwich here, the Dutchie.
the Dutchie. That's right. Maybe we'll come on and sample that. But so Franny Doc says works Texas Tommy with raw onions. That's his order.
Mm.
There you go.
That's
and
a
then
order.
Yeah, it is. Shawnee K says there he would go Turner, Harper, Bohm, Schwarber, Casti, Kepler, JT, Stott, and whoever's in center. That's a nice one too.
Basically, my
no
lineup.
wrong answer here. Yeah, I was gonna say it's exactly kind of what you just said, Bones. That's a nice one. Look, there's no wrong answer here.
So the one what about Bohm at 2? Right, that's another potential option, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's a solid one. I guess you could say the argument against that, if I'm playing devil's advocate, is the classic. You know, he's his turtle, right? So he's not getting around the bases quick. And then you'll have 2 turtles back to back.
Yeah, true.
With yours, which is not great.
So mine would be I'll get our 2 best hitters up there, and I kind of like I said, Schwarber, Harper, Turner. I love that in the first inning.
Schwarber, Harper, Turner.
I wouldn't mind Bohm at 2, just because he does drive the ball into the gaps in the right center, left center. It all depends on who's leading off and gets on base. Like if Turner can get on base, and can swipe a bag, he's scoring on a Bohm single 9 times out of 10.
Right.
Just because of where he's putting the ball usually.
We were having this conversation offline, Slim and I, and it sounds like the Phillies are obviously doing a deep dive into who's going to lead off, right? And there's a lot of consideration. The classic is, are we going to run it back with Schwarber or are we not going to run it back with Schwarber? So what we were talking about was, and I'm sure this is an analysis they're doing as we speak, or they've already done. There needs to be some type of deep dive into every single time Schwarber was at bat and what that plate appearance looked like. If you inserted a guy that can actually extend the bases, right? What does that look like? What did that look like last year? How many singles were doubles? How many doubles? How many, like you just said, how many balls that were hit maybe a little bit harder that Schwarber's not going to make it, but a guy like, I'm just going to say Stott, for example, is going to get home. The run creation aspect of having someone who can actually run.
But his on base percentage, his walk percentages are going to be higher than maybe those faster guys, right?
And that's the counter, right? So it's the kind of factoring all that in of who's on base more, right? Because it doesn't matter how fast you are. We see this with Rojas. It doesn't matter how fast you are. If you're not getting on base, it doesn't really matter, right?
And it with Schwarber, man, he going back 2 years ago, I hated the idea of him in the leadoff, and now it's one little thing that has really grown on me, and it's I think he's almost like a craftsman up there now.
Well, it's the intangible aspect of the fear that he puts in the pitcher, right? There's nothing worse than
the broadcasters before the game. We say it all the time. Don't
broadcast before the game
it's
talking
already
about
Homer.
Yeah, because that pitcher's thinking the only thing I don't want to do right now is let up a Schwarber, right? And that having that in your head, there's value to that. So listen, unfortunately for the Phils, we're popping up. We have a good team, right?
And here's the other thing.
Schwarber's
going to be very interesting because he has the extension coming up potentially next year, right? So
after this
year. So if he's not playing the field, and now in some lineups is he batting 5th or something, where's that put his value? As a guy, he probably takes a lot of pride being up there in the one hole.
Yeah, because he's getting probably 60 or 70 extra plate appearances a year just from that, right? And that's probably 5 homers,
true.
Right?
True.
Yeah.
Right, which we need.
Absolutely. So this is fun. We'll do another kind of redraft of this. Maybe we'll revisit this, I don't know, a few weeks before opening day and kind of see where our minds are. That was a fun segment. Shawnee K coming in here. That's a nice point. He's saying Bohm swings first pitch all the time wouldn't help with Turner. Yeah, because that's a good point, right? Because the good thing about Schwarber is he gives a lot of looks for the batters, right? So when you're sitting there on deck or you're sitting there in the dugout watching the pitcher, Schwarber's giving you a lot of looks, whereas Bohm's hacking up there, not giving you as many looks. That's a big factor. Good point, Sean.
Yeah, I think our top three guys are Harper, Turner, Schwarber. Any way you want to put them in the top three would be interesting. You can go Turner, Schwarber, Harper. You go Turner, Harper, Schwarber, and yeah, I don't think you can go wrong with those three up there. Looking at the baseball in the first inning, and I think Bohm's a tier down. I mean, I'm hoping he has a big bounce back year, but again, his power and stuff's not there. His speed's not there. So those other three guys I think are a clear tier hitter better than Bohm.
Yeah, and that's what sucks. He's like the Gresson when it comes to the power numbers.
I know.
Turner?
No. Boom.
Oh, Bohm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he never got there.
We'll see.
Never got there. Yeah. Not even close where they thought he was going to be.
Yeah. And he's a big guy, 6'5", right? So, I don't know.
Big baby.
All right, so let us transition to one of our most talked about topics so far in the offseason, right? Farewell, Jeff Hoffman, Phillies reliever. He signed a 3-year, $33 million deal with the Toronto Blue Jays. He gets reunited up there, I should say. So we can kind of close the book on this, right, guys? We weren't sure if we were in play. There was all the rumors going on. This is kind of a funky one, right? There was a lot of rumors going on around there that he, with both the Braves and the Orioles, right? He failed a physical.
Right. Cost him millions of dollars, it looks like.
Yeah, cost him millions of dollars. So what are your, Slim, what's your instant reaction to that stuff?
So the first was the Orioles one. So when the Orioles one pops out, okay, one is kind of like a mystery. I'm not getting too deep into it. I see where he signs. I think it's, a little peculiar that he signs with a team that's probably going to be a basement dwelling team. I know you two were predicting that. And then today, I think someone told me, I think maybe it was Devin said he was going to go to a crappy team.
Yeah.
And then today the Braves news comes out, and Braves have numbers with their news. They were looking to give him a 5-year deal between $45 to $48 million and give him his wish of maybe getting some starts in there. And then whatever, they got major red flags. So yeah, that tells me that hopefully he's healthy. Hopefully things go well in Toronto, but it kind of, to me, says he's hurt and he's going to be in a place that's not really even looking to win. So
well, what do we think? What do we think the injury is? I kind of scoured the internet. I didn't see anything. Did you guys see what it is?
They said it's a shoulder.
Oh, it's a shoulder. I couldn't find that. Okay, so it's a shoulder thing. All right, well that's good to know.
Yeah,
that's not great for a pitcher. A bad shoulder.
I think really the Phillies had no intention on bringing him back because of this. Like they knew they just ran him down. 2 years in a row, ran him down, got what they got out of him, and see ya.
Which, look who we have right, Luzardo, with his back. Is he going to use us? Is he going to look at this, and are we going to use him, or is he going to use us? All right, you got to keep that in mind now, because now we're starting to pick up trends. Now that we're the red corner,
right?
You can see these things happen and talk about it in real time. Another thing that kind of goes with that's a little bit out in left field, though, is look at the Dodgers with their pitchers and even Painter. All their young bucks, they have this great farm system. They have these great pitchers. They're young. They're good arms. They get surgery. They end up trading all their guys. You get Tommy John, and they bring in these veterans or these foreign players or whatever. So that's two things to keep an eye on, is trading for injury risk guys like we saw with Luzardo, and then having – honestly, we're going to hold on to Painter, but these other franchises are trading these dudes that get Tommy John early.
Yeah, I mean, Tommy John isn't as bad as it used to be as far as the recovery time and all that. It's probably a lot of times they like the fact that you get it out of the way. But fair point.
It's clear that the Dodgers are doing that, though. Like they have their young arms, they're getting rid of ones that got surgery, and they're investing in guys from other teams that never had surgery. So if the best team in baseball is doing it, it's something to think. It's just something to make note of.
I disagree with that.
How so?
What do you got?
Shohei Ohtani, surgery, signed. Tyler Glasnow, surgery, signed. What you got?
So that's fake news right there?
It's not. Has Otani
and
pitched for him
there's
yet?
other guys too.
Has Otani pitched for him yet?
He's going to pitch this year.
Yeah, he's going to. All right,
He's going to pitch this year after his second Tommy John surgery.
And they got rid of a bunch of young bucks that had Tommy John surgeries. All right, and they got rid of them for more proven commodities, right?
So it's a little bit of column A, column B. But yeah, so thinking about Hoffman, I have a question. So you guys actually, him getting run down in the injury, I actually didn't even think about that, even though it was right there in front of me. That's a great point by you guys. But the other thing I was thinking about, I read Matt Gelb's article in The Athletic about Hoffman and signing with the Blue Jays. And Gelb was kind of very deliberate in his mentioning of Hoffman's back-to-back struggles in the playoffs, right? Prior year, the Braves, I believe. Prior Diamondbacks. He struggled versus the Diamondbacks. And then this year, obviously, with the Mets, he got lit up. So how much do you guys think that actually came to play? And the reason I ask that is because, obviously, there's nothing more mental in sports, probably, than a relief pitcher, right? You're sitting there by yourself. You're in your own head. You're sitting there thinking about the fact, am I going to get the ball? Am I not going to get the ball? Then you got to go through the warm-up, right? All the nerves that comes with that. Then you got to do probably one of the most dramatic things in sports. You got to make that long walk out to the field by yourself. So the mental aspect of that, do you guys think that maybe the Phillies having that inside baseball, seeing him collapse in both of those back-to-back seasons had anything to do with this?
No, I think this year, like you said, I think you hit on the head when you start talking about the mental aspect of it. I think he overthought himself out there this year in the postseason anyway. He was great throughout the year.
Right, but do you think we factored that in as to why we didn't make the deal?
Oh, yeah. His injuries?
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not 100%. The injuries. The back-to-back playoff struggles.
No, I think we used them. We're not going to reinvest when we know we got lucky. You know, they probably knew there was something there, and yeah, you don't want to keep quit while you're ahead. And
that's fair. Bones, what do you think about that?
They definitely did.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I said it before, like especially with the money he was wanting in free agency, you're not going to pay that for a middle reliever. Like, he obviously shown he can pitch in high leverage situations in the playoffs.
Right.
So why would you give that much? That's like closer money given to him for what, middle relief? Because apparently he was a little disgruntled that they got Estevez at the deadline as well.
Right.
So kind of think he thinks he got overlooked there. So definitely wanted to prove himself, but he didn't prove himself for a second straight year.
100%. And on the flip end of that, Nola, right? Nola is notorious for he's like this, right? His heart rate doesn't change. He can go out there and pitch a complete game shutout, or he can get rocked for 7 runs. He keeps it the same, which from a starting pitcher is phenomenal. A pitcher in general. The Phillies knew that, right? So when we just offered him that record deal a year or so ago, that's probably one of the things we factored in, right? Because we knew that from a mental standpoint, Nola, because a lot of us didn't think we were going to bring him back. I didn't think we were going to bring him back, frankly.
And Hoffman's a guy with five pitches that comes out the pen. So if he's going to be pitching one inning, he does have all the skills and talent and attributes to do the things he's claiming to do. He was in a tight. I mean,
but in back-to-back years, he got rocked in the biggest moments, and then behind the scenes, we don't know if he was. If the pitching staff was like, yeah, he's really nervous or he's really in his own head. So I don't know. I'm just speculating. But
I think this year was different though than last because this year in that game against the Mets, like he got out of it situation, and then got brought back in after a long wait.
They brought him back in. That was terrible. No,
But he still sucked. So
that was the same thing that kind of happened to the closer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, and this is coming from a guy who wanted him back, right? I love Hoffman. I love the story. I love his stuff. Like you said, Slim, he was just getting some love from MLB Network. He was ranked in the top 10 relievers in baseball. I mean, his numbers in the past 2 years have been ridiculous. Like, he's been great. But again,
he's probably thinking like, oh, this is a soldier thing. He might be like, yo, I had this since high school, and look what I've been doing. Why is it a big deal now, And it might not be anything,
100%.
Was he 33 years old? We know, or 30, whatever. He's in his early 30s.
I think he was 32. Yeah, 32.
So he could have this. He might get a second contract if he's as healthy as.
Oh, for sure, especially for a pitcher.
A little bit overblown. Yeah, so we'll see.
All right, so let's just transition here briefly. Let's talk about Carlos Estevez. There have been some rumors floating around that the Phillies are in the hunt for him potentially. They're in the mix, I should say. So, Bones, thoughts on that? Do you think we're going to bring him back? Do you think those rumors have legs?
Yeah, I think if it's like a 1-year deal, sure, bring him back. Anything else, don't. Because at some point you got to set somebody there as the closer.
Yeah,
and I think Kirkering should be that guy. He's younger.
Yeah, you've been on that.
So get him settled in there. But other than that, I just because like a closer, it's like a different role. Like you can be a closer, but you can't go and just play middle relief. Like it's like a different mindset. You can't get amped up for middle relief or different things. So I think either he's coming back as the closer or he's not coming back at all.
Yeah, he's only.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
And I just don't think they should bring him back as the closer.
Do you think? What do you think, Slim? You think we bring him back at all or no?
Yeah. So what I think is, I would love to have him back for this year at the 1-year deal, like Bone said. If it financially makes sense, and his talent wise, what if it's going to be? I hope we don't have to commit 2 years to him. Right. That's the whole idea. Because I don't know what he's going to like this year if he's a closer, let alone in 2 years from now. With that said, though, I think he's perfect for the role. He throws gas. I think he's a guy, if you can bring in, you can be like, yo, this is your role in our team. This is what we're expecting. We're going to put you in there. There's going to be nobody on base, and we're going to let you throw a bunch of cheese. And then from there, if he stinks at it, you remove him.
Yep.
That's that. You had one. It's a one job type thing.
Amen.
When it's a one job type thing, it has to be a 1-year deal. How much do you think he would get paid on a 1-year deal?
I mean, Hoffman's getting $11 million. I would think he's going to be within that ballpark, right? If Hoffman's getting 11, he's probably going to get 9 to 10. Yeah. All right, chat. So we're about to transition to the closing on this day in Phillies history segment. Now is the time. If you guys have anything you want us to touch on, any comments you want to... I see Bruce P. saying Nola, cool student in the clubhouse. Yeah, Nola is known for being just kind of a salt of the earth guy. He's the old school Louisiana boy. So I agree with that, Bruce. So if there's any questions or anything like from you guys as we're transitioning to the final segment, now's the time. If not, I'll keep an eye on that. And then Bones, looking at you on this day in Phillies history.
Pretty silent day in Phillies transactions here.
Okay.
We have a few birthdays. Only one that really stands out, Aaron Altair.
Oh.
Born on this day, 1991.
Yep. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so January a little slow for the Phillies.
Slow news month. That's fine.
Happy birthday. What do we think about, does Bryce Harper have some kind of sinus infection going on? What are we making of his puff? He looks like crap in his videos. Looks like he hasn't slept in days.
I mean, he says in his one video he's got an 8-month-year-old.
Okay,
So
okay.
8-month-year-old. I don't think that's. Do you say that? You say
8-month-old?
8-month-old. All right. An 8-month-old, so I think the sleep.
8-month-year-old sounds right to me.
You were riding with me no matter what.
Yes, I was.
I think we should defer to Bones in this one, who has the most of those.
8-month-olds.
Yeah, he has eight of those. All right,
Nitty's
so
about 8 months too.
yes.
Who's that?
Nitty.
Oh wow, yeah, we've been hearing Nitty this whole podcast.
No, that's actually Reese.
Oh, is it? Loud
Yeah, I gotta
mouth.
let him out.
All right, guys, this was a fun one as always. Slim, it sounds like you wanted to say one more thing there. Good.
Nah,
Close us out. We're good. All right. Well, good night, everybody. We will see you next week. Thank you for the activity and enjoy your week.